I want to tell you a story about a customer that had something come up, and it was a minor issue, but it was causing a problem, and they needed to get it done, and they couldn't wait for my company to get there. But I had just installed the door and opener for them just the previous year. So I ended up calling another company that could get there sooner, and that company basically told my customer that the spring that we installed for the door was not good enough, and that the opener we installed for the door was not strong enough. And this is a tactic that people will use in the garage door world and even a lot of other trades, is try to make you think something is done wrong in order to get you to pay to get it replaced. Bottom line was the springs that we installed were up to the manufacturer's specifications. They were the springs that were provided with the new doors that we installed. And then the opener, anybody that tells you an opener is not strong enough, um, most of the time they're lying, because the way garage doors work is if the door is balanced, even the weakest opener should be able to lift it appropriately, with the exception if it's a heavy wood-sided door, and less than 1% of Denver has a heavy wood-sided door. So you are probably not in that category unless you're living in a neighborhood like Wash Park or something like that, where they actually built those houses with those custom wood doors. Everyone else, if you have your door balanced properly, the opener is strong enough. And I've been thinking a lot about it just because there's a tactic that's going around in the trades where technicians are given a number target that they're trying to get to for every single service call that they do. And it doesn't matter if they've seen the property or know what's going on. Their goal is to sell enough to get to a certain number. A lot of times it's like $1,000 or something like that. And what that does is that creates this expectation that they're going to sell a certain amount of money per job in order to get their commission, to get the, you know, bonuses or incentives for the company, and ultimately helps the technician get more money, which we all like. I want my employees to get paid well. However, what I find is it leads to manipulation, abuse, and utilizing trust that's built into being a professional in our trade or in any trade. Is the homeowner's calling us because they don't know how to fix their garage door and something's wrong. And so when we come and tell them, like, well, this is what's wrong, they're going to trust us. So the reason I want to tell you this story, the reason I'm bringing this up, is I found that there's this trend in the trades, where people are just going with technicians are going to the expectation of selling a certain amount of money, regardless of the problem that comes up. There are certain solutions that are very easy to fix, that don't cost a lot, that don't cost any parts or take a long time. You could even do a full service of the door and still fix the problem without adding to it. And I'm not opposed to adding if the customer wants or feels like they want to upgrade a component or part. I'm really big into information and to making sure that the customer is heard and understood, and that we're not adding things that don't need to be added. So I just want to share that with you and let that Chrissy Garage Doors is working hard to maintain our ethical standards and do what's right for the company, for the employees, and for the customer. I want a win-win-win. I want everybody to leave every interaction knowing that they were treated well, they were fairly charged, and that the door is, or whatever solution has been fixed. And so please continue to trust us as we're trying and we think about our ethics on a regular basis.